Hello and welcome to the show. This is a game of Cops and Bothers. We are your hosts, Benji and Murph. We are two former cops who cover gaming topics, pet peeves, passions, and your emails that you send into the show at copsandbothers@gmail.com. Life is short and stubborn, like us. So allow us to arrest your attention, steal some of your time, and cover everything with suggestive semantics, complete with suggestive language, returned with eye roll, scoffs, and laughter from you, our valued listeners. So, if you have something you'd like to share with us, a pet peeve, a story, or something you're passionate about, feel free to send us an email. We're great listeners, and so are you. So, without any further ado, Murph, how are you doing?
Fan-fucking-tastic. How are you, Benji?
Oh, just started and you said a bad word. Now we're gonna have to I'm just kidding. This is
That's gonna
not
be our entire podcast.
this is not this is not PG fucking 13.
Yeah, this should be an 18 and up, but if you're not 18 and you're listening to this, well,
Oh no,
E.
it is. It most certainly is. It's actually on the podcast profile found at anchor.fm. It's rated as an explicit 18 and up audiences, so anybody who is listening to this is probably going by the same lifestyle where they're probably playing games like GTA and the new Doom and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, all fantastic games, but you know how that is. Hey Timmy, I got you this game, so you can shut the hell up and I can be a neglectful parent. Because, you know, that's a fantastic quality.
This is true. Parenting at its finest.
Can't stand terrible parents. And like I'm gonna do a quick disclaimer right now. I'm not a parent. Granted, I've been in two different like stepfather roles, but I don't have any little crotch goblins of my own, so I can't really fight from that standpoint. Unlike our hopefully soon to be beloved Murph here, my sister from another mister and dear friend and once trainee, good old Murph-a-Durf, sister from another mister. She's in fact a mother. She has a little minion of her own, which she is so excited to have grow up into an amazing teenager one day.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. Yeah, parenthood.
The look on your face and tone of your voice says otherwise. I'm just throwing that out there real quick.
No, don't get me wrong. Certain parts are great, and then there's other parts that not so much. It makes you question your life and what you did to deserve it.
I'm pretty sure that's called karma. XOXOXO.
Yeah. But she also gives me purpose, and she also gives me migraines. It's
You know what
it's give and
else
take.
gives us purpose and migraines?
Killing the fucktards on GTA.
Oh no, I have some stories for that for you later though, which you'll appreciate. But no, I was gonna say the whole our origin story, where we come from, definitely used to
Oh,
give
even
us
better.
like think about it, it gave us purpose, but it also gave us migraines because what is a job, no matter how much you love it, without the people who fucking ruin it for you? I mean,
I don't know. You say it gave you migraines. It gave me mental illness.
oh no, we call that PTSD.
I call it crippling anxiety.
I have crippling anxiety. I also have terrible joints, but I just refer to it as my veteran benefits.
Yes, yes. Those are the
So,
ones you're guaranteed for sure.
absolutely, all my joints are terrible.
I'm 27. I feel like I'm 47.
I'm like
The
one of those
expectation.
really bad, like, buy in a box, bring home, and put together terribly, like, products. I'm not gonna say any
So
names. Like,
IKEA.
okay, I wasn't gonna put IKEA on blast, but no, okay. From what I've heard, IKEA are really good products, but they can be a pain in the ass to put together. But it's like,
Yeah.
you're just like trying to put it together, dude. Like, is that a rocking chair? Oh no, that's just a Benji. He's home from work. But
That could have been explained in a totally different direction.
listen, my bed frame is not wooden, okay?
Okay.
Long pause. Pause for effect. Wait for it. Perfect. So it does beg the
Yes.
question, um, with our aforementioned things. Um, are we really cops?
Well, that depends on who you ask. I mean, in the technical sense,
They're
yes.
asking us, Murph.
Okay, so in the technical sense, yes. We were security forces members in United States Air Force. But if you ask anybody who actually was a security force member in the United States Air Force, they would tell you that we're glorified security guards.
Which I can see both sides, and it also depends on where you're stationed at. I'm sure any veteran out there could easily vouch for that fact, in that,
True.
I mean, we gained a lot of skill sets, and I'm honestly grateful for the people I met, not all of them. And the, let's see, we signed an NDA. I'm thankful for the experiences I got to experience. But again, as with any job, there's going to be people, and when there are people above you, it tends to make the job a little less easier to enjoy.
A
Especially,
pain in the ass.
yes, especially when you're bound by contract. So instead of just a job, it's a lifestyle. But regardless of how many times we were probably going to harsh on our previous job, um, we both have our own reasons for appreciating it. I mean, if it wasn't for that, we never would have
We would have
met.
never met.
And this podcast would not be a thing, which I'm sure for most of you, you're probably going to be pretty thankful for after this first episode. But fuck, that was trash. I'm not listening to that. There are much better and more enjoyable ways for me to get my ears to bleed. For example, you can go in the school supply section, go get a Ticonderoga pencil, just stab yourself on the fucking eardrums. I mean, that works just as well.
Why'd you have to be so specific with the type of pencil? Why couldn't it be just a regular number two
Because
pencil?
Ticonderoga is the ones my parents got.
You know, it's kind of sad you know the exact type of pencil. It was either a non mechanical number two pencil that occasionally had the cheap ass paper wrapped around it.
Ticonderoga.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, speaking of ear stabbing, Murph, why would you say why did we start this podcast?
So,
Guilty. Fucking guilty.
so we were doing one of our like brotherly sister bonding times. That sounded really dirty. Don't take it the wrong way, people. We were playing GTA. And he was recommending a podcast. And I was like, you know what? It'd be really great for us to have a podcast. Can you imagine? And he totally jokingly said, we should call it Cops and Bothers. I loved the idea. I think it was cheesy and stupid and funny. So, us.
You giggled about it for 3 goddamn days. I'm at work. I'm like, nah, it's cool.
It was a play on words.
I it was a joke. I was trying to think of another name, but your
But you
insistent
couldn't.
giggling for 3 days totally
Hey, I
derailed
wasn't the
my.
only one that liked the idea.
I said it, it giggled, and then I moved on with my life. You hung over it like a silent fart, and it wouldn't go away, which I'm okay with because now we have a really corny name for a corny sense of humor because there are going to be plenty of puns and dad jokes in the very near future. So for those of you who don't like it, I apologize ahead of time. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
What he said.
Yeah. So that being said, so toxic people in the work environment. Is there anything else that you look forward to in your day-to-day life, Murph?
Well, every morning I'll wake up and be like, damn, I woke up, but you know.
I mean, shit, I'm alive again. Are you serious? People are like, no, count your blessings. Just look up in the clouds and say, you know what? I'm alive another day. Well, then you have people like Murph, for example.
Hi.
It's like, ah, shit, I woke up. Now I have to adult.
Yeah, I just really want to build a pillow fort and, you know, shut up and color all day, which oddly enough, the military told me to do a lot.
I mean, we did, but we just couldn't stay inside the lines.
No, well, at least we don't eat the crayons
Nom, nom,
like
nom, nom,
other
nom.
brother branches, which we
To
will
be
not mention.
fair, I had somebody who I worked with seasonally at the job I'm at now, and he was prior Army, and he said himself, the Air Force is the ones who are coloring with the pencils, and we were busy eating them.
I thought it was the Marines that ate them.
Fun fact, did you know, because I was actually deployed with a group of Marines, and we were busy bantering back and forth, and I just threw out there, I'm like, yeah, kind of like how you guys hate us. And he looked at me like I had three fucking heads, and I was like, did I offend? And they looked at each other because he's sitting there with his buddy, and they're like, no, we don't hate you guys. He goes, you're the ones who come in and blow shit the fuck up when we call for it. And then they looked at each other again. Then they look at me, and he goes, we hate the fucking army. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that solves that.
So, is there just like specific branches that hate each other? I mean, everybody knows all like the Army, Navy, Marine, and us. We all hate the Coast Guard.
I mean, well, the
They're
Coast Guard,
lifeguards. Like they
well,
yell at us, and then we ask them why is the lifeguard yelling at us?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably because they didn't. You're not supposed to go swimming within an hour after you eat. It's not my fault. You have pain in the tum tums. Okay, listen, puddle pirate.
In the jellies.
And I could feel it in my jellies. But no, in all seriousness, no. I mean, eh, each branch serves its respective part, even if, from what I understand, the Coast Guard is technically part of the DoD. But I do know that each branch joke and jests with one another, and that's all the good ones. And then again, you have the toxic individuals who kind of like, we're better and you're nothing, man. It's like, maybe you didn't learn about the
Yeah,
profession of arms. It's not about which branch is better. It's the fact that we have different branches to cover all facets of the United States military's deployment and employment. So, I mean,
true. I mean, we can all like hate on each other, but I'll be damned if anybody who's not us can hate on us.
f-
Y'all can go politely fuck yourselves.
fucking hate you, Murph.
I hate me too. It's all right.
Oh, okay. No, you're supposed to say it back. Now I feel bad. No, wait, no, I don't. If I was
Don't.
supposed to have feelings, they would have issued them to me.
This is true.
That's fair.
Speaking of feelings,
Oh, I'm
if you had to
listening.
pick, if you had to pick your top pet peeve, like the one that puts you over the top,
I guess I did this to myself. Well, it's kind of tied. There's two that really just I don't feel it in my jellies. I kind of feel like the base of my balls, just this burning, incessant nagging feeling. I'm like, why aren't you breathing? And it's a tie-up between lazy coworkers, and I'm gonna do a quick sidebar here. I don't mean people who are working with disabilities or somebody who's working with maybe a hearing impairment or a vision impairment or anything of the sort, because I happen to work with somebody who's legally deaf and he's one of the hardest workers and happiest people I've ever met. And I'm not talking about people with physical disabilities. I'm talking about the motherfuckers who willingly go out of their way to avoid doing work. And in fact, they're actually putting forth more effort to avoid working than if they just did the fucking job in the first place. And that's tied neck and neck with motherfuckers who think it's okay to just start pitching up a tent and start fucking building a foundation for their happy, stupid fucking fuck house in the left lane on the highway. Listen, motherfucker. In Massachusetts, they now made it a crime to squat in the left lane, which means you need to fucking either shit or get off the pot because you're not allowed to be squatting there anymore. Get the fuck up. You're not supposed to be shitting there. Get over, pass the motherfucker, get back in the right lane, and keep going. I mean, it's a reoccurring pattern of people who are just not aware of those around them. And if they are, then they don't fucking care. You don't know what is going on with somebody's life. I mean, okay, that could go for them if you want to play devil's advocate. Sure, okay, I'm driving slow because I'm not used to driving here. I'm from the south. No offense, Murph. I'm not used to seeing snow.
attacked.
Or I'm offended. I'm offended. Change your mind. And then it's like, sure, maybe something's going on with them, but it's basic common knowledge. If somebody's behind you, move. Now, I'm not saying ride that person's ass until they move, because that makes you a fucking douchebag. And two wrongs don't make a right. Just like you don't high beam somebody who's high beaming you. Congratulations, now you're both fucking blind. Huzzah! So,
Yeah, because
ugh,
if you're that ass who's right on my, like, if you're riding my ass and you haven't even given me, like 5 seconds to move over, I will personally make it my life mission to piss you off as much as humanly possible. I will go 5 under the speed limit, or I'll stay right next to the car in the right lane just to make your day a living hell. At least give me the time to pass the car that's next to me. Don't fucking put your high beams on. Don't be an asshole. Because
But
I'm a vindictive little shit.
okay. What if their truck is lifted 2 feet and they have a micro dick? Aren't they authorized to ride your fucking ass like a piece of shit, though?
No.
Oh, wow. Well, you could have fooled me, because that happens all the
No.
fucking time.
No. No, no. They're just the kind of people who their mom should have swallowed.
This is true. Fun fact, when they say, I need more protein, and then they make the blowjob joke, it's like, nah, motherfucker, you done your research? Because I have. Technically, there's not a whole lot of protein in semen. What there is a lot of is a lot of vitamins and nutrients. Believe it or not, fun fact. Do some Google fucking foo sometime. It's actually pretty
Uh,
interesting shit.
okay, two things. One, why the fuck do you know the protein intake of some sperm? And two, why the fuck would anybody Google that?
Maybe I want cock in, on, and around my mouth. No, I was having a discussion with my girlfriend one day about it, and we got on the subject of it and the health benefits of it, and I don't remember who brought it up about the protein content of it. I was like, fuck it, I'm curious. Let me look. And then I was like, oh, well, there isn't a lot in there actually. But it does happen to have a lot of this, that, and the other thing. So that's how I know.
Oh, well, on to less disgusting. Just kidding. My pet peeve is also disgusting to me. About eating things.
Stop eating!
I
Fucking starve!
Mine is I physically cannot, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I can't
Sexually.
stand when people fucking, especially sexually, sexually,
No! Drier than a
especially
corkboard.
when people make fucking mouth sounds when they eat. Like I know you can't help it when you're drinking something, especially if you're thirsty. I can somewhat kind of maybe tolerate that. But if you're smacking your mouth because no one taught you to fucking chew with your mouth closed, like, I almost stapled my boss in the head the other day for that shit.
Wait, hold on. Why? Wait, why did Murph get fired? I don't know. The boss came running out. He had a memo stapled to his fucking face. What did it say? Something about go back to the barn or something? I don't know. It was all really confusing. There was a lot of blood.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's just a southern thing, but maybe it is. You don't put your that's just a common thing. You also don't fucking chew with your mouth open. I don't want to see what the fucking food looks like, and I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, no one is safe. Like, not even my kid. If she makes a mouth sound, she gets like a look of death, and she slowly backs away. No one is safe from this shit. Just fucking don't be a dickhead. Because he physically came from his back office to the front office where I am sitting and attempted to teach me how to like do something because I'm relatively still new at my job and proceeded to take a bite of something that shouldn't have made that much noise. It wasn't like it was chips or anything and smacked right in my ear. And I literally about stapled him the fucking face.
I mean, it sounds justified.
I literally messaged someone. I was like, I might lose my job.
I mean that's justified. I mean, all's fair in love and war. What if, because hashtag equality, and I'm sure where you work is an equal opportunity employer, what if because he's smacking in your face, if you just turn and smacked him in the fucking face and be like, hey, listen, dude, go Google misophonia. Not a fan.
I don't, like I've watched him to see if it's just like an accidental thing. Because if I hear that sound, I automatically like look and get this like I can't even describe my face. It's just
Can you make the face?
um sure, it's something like
Okay, so for our listeners, she it was like, have you ever been talking in a group of friends and then you're sitting there talking with fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then Jerry fucking comes over, and he's like, "Yeah, so I fucking totally fucking did this totally nasty, gross fucking thing with my girlfriend the other day," and then Tom, Dick, and Harry all give him that look of like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, it's not even that look of, like, wonder, it's that look of off is the general direction in which I wish you would fuck. Like, that's the look I just got from her. It was pretty
Yeah.
great.
And fun fact, my boss's name is actually Jerry.
No. Oh, no. Are you serious?
Yes, his fucking name is Jerry.
Oh, happy
But
accident. Oh, that's
yeah, but seriously,
hilarious.
my entire body will go tense, and I just stare at him. I'm like, it's like he fucking doesn't know. It's not me.
Murph?
Maybe it is me. Hold on, let's
Murph?
see.
Party foul. That's it. Take a shot. Nope, 2 shots. There was 2 notifications. Don't you
I only got one.
listen. Listen, Linda.
Hey, it was Cyan Thunder.
Oh my Lanta. Okay, listen. Is your shit muted, girl?
Yes.
What, this is a fan fucking tastic start to our podcast. I'll also have you know mine wasn't muted, but what I will say is that I was also doing a phone update because hashtag current. Not like water or electricity. I just wanted to stay current. Fun
Oh
fact,
wow.
did you know that when corals get stressed, they turn colors?
Like me?
I mean, yes, but I got to thinking, I'm like, well, what the hell? Like, okay, corals are living things. That's fine, dandy, and wonderful. But like, what do they have to get stressed about? And then it hit me. Current events.
Oh. It's so fucking why? I wish you could see him, you guys. He's so fucking proud of himself. It's sad.
Full disclaimer, I found on the internet. It was a funny joke. If I ever make a dad joke and it's not me, I will make a disclaimer. I'm not about stealing jokes. Oh, that's another thing. Here's another pet peeve. People who fucking steal memes. Fuck you and your fucking larceny. Like,
Okay, when you say still memes, do you mean like they say they created it
yes.
or they re so
No,
you're
like if you share
see
it, cool. But like if you're like, oh, look at this cool meme I made. Fuck you, meme lord. You fucking I don't know. I'm not happy about it.
yeah, it's the same thing, and I think that's like a lot of guys do that. A lot of girls will see some like very meaningful, deep, soulful quote, and they'll be like, "Yeah, blah blah blah." And they'll be like, "Fuck you, Karen. I just saw that on Facebook."
Karen, listen, I'm glad you're excited, but I need you to do me a favor. What phone oh, you got the new iPhone. Awesome. Karen, can you do me a favor? Can you go home and swallow your fucking phone? You meme thief? Like,
Fuck.
not okay.
No, not at all. It's I don't know. People just piss me off in general. Like I prefer animals.
Like,
Fuck most people.
oh, I mean, some people do. We call them sluts. But in all seriousness, like I'm a huge anti-smoking advocate. Like I'm not like a part of like a rally or anything. And if you smoke, then hey, I'm not going to judge you for it. I know it's not easy to quit. But what I will say is that I'm not really for smoking. I'm actually very against it, in case I haven't made that clear. That being said, there is one thing good about smoking.
Just one?
You'd one good thing.
They die.
Yes. If everybody smoked,
I was just guessing.
everybody's gonna fucking die. And okay, if all
Well,
the
everybody's gonna die anyway.
yeah, but this puts it on like express delivery, like FedEx fucking overnight. Hey, what's up with the Grim Reaper?
Jesus. I mean, we should clarify. I think there's a big hatred for vapors right now, and both you and I vape.
Well, yeah,
But I
that's
think,
because we're fucking
but
douchebags.
this is true. But I think that's because they walk around a corner, right? And they're expecting, something smells really good,
Oh,
and they get hit
cinnamon
in the
rolls.
face. They get hit in the fucking face with like a cloud from freaking Adam.
I know an Adam. Hi, Adam. If you're listening to this, how's it going, man?
There's only love here, Adam.
It's only love.
But yeah, I mean, currently, we both I still live in Massachusetts, and they're currently doing that stupid ass ban on the shit. And it's the same thing as the guns. If you're just going to make it hard for us to get, we're just going to go to the black market, which is what was causing the majority of the health problems anyway. It was the jewels. It wasn't the reatomizers. It wasn't the rebuildable. It was none of that. It was the stupid ass jewels with THC in them, or most of
Yeah,
them
because they had
anyway.
the vitamin E in it, and that
Yeah,
when it was burned at a high temperature, it was causing lung problems.
yeah. But because I research everything, I get really bored and I'll think of something and I'll just fucking research it for shits and giggles. Kind of like Benji does with the nutrients in cum.
See, we're all learning something. Hey, sweetie, I listened to this terrible new podcast. Yeah, no, don't worry about the name. I'm never gonna listen to it again. I learned today that yeah, when you swallow my fucking dead children, yeah, apparently there's not a lot of protein in that, but it's really good for you.
Apparently, it's good for your skin. I've heard these things.
Is that why they call it a facial?
Perhaps.
I love learning things.
Yeah, just a shout out to any of the guys that are listening. If you're going to do that, don't get it in the hair or the eyes or the ears. That's just awkward and weird and uncomfortable. Have have a little bit. If you're going to do that and your girl's like down for that, good for her. Good for
Well, at
you
least
for
let her
getting a girl
know.
who's down
At
for
least then she'll hear it coming.
that. Would she? I don't think it necessarily makes. I mean, they make a sound.
It was
I
a
don't think
pun, but it
it.
must have been terribly placed because good puns
A lot
usually
of
picked
things are
up on.
too. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's fair. But I mean, at least like a little like tap, like, hey, I mean, I'm almost there. Just giving you a heads up, like, hey, no, hey, finish line. It's
It's
consideration.
pretty true. But I'm just saying, you guys, if you good for you if you found a girl who's down for that. But for the love of God, just be courteous.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, okay, so it's like, oh, dude, it's like, oh, I started dating this girl. Oh, she's so into anal. And then your fucking buddy, Tom, Dick, or Harry come up and they're like, no, that's nothing. I found this one girl. Oh, you won't believe what she's into. And then Tom, Dick, or Harry will look at Tom, Dick, or Harry and be like, dude, what? And then Jerry will come up and be like, hey guys, so I did this totally gross thing with my girlfriend. They're like, oh, Jerry, fuck off. You're gross and you eat food in people's ears. And then he'll fuck off. And then Tom, Dick, or Harry will say to Tom, Dick, or Harry, what does she do? Like, oh, my girl so loves it when I just fucking blow my load right in her fucking hair. Said like no fucking girl ever.
No.
It's not a thing.
It's just no. It's not. It's not. And if you're one of those assholes who do it on purpose, I hope you get catheterized.
Waterized? Cath?
Catheter when you get a catheter.
No.
I worked in a hospital security for a little bit before I got my new job, and it's not a pleasant sight. And I've yet to find one person who finds it, borderline somewhat comfortable. Most of them fight
You know
very
what?
hard.
Masochist.
Yeah, there's some pretty fucked up shit on the internet about things like that. If you go back a few years, there was the Pain Olympics. Anyone who remembers that.
Did you know Iraqi sand jumping is a thing?
Do I want to know what that is? Because I feel like it doesn't mean what I think it means.
No, you tell me what you think it means, and then I'll tell you what it actually is. Because now I'm curious. And you look so guilty right now, like, I don't want to say it.
Because I'm not really sure. Like you said, it was Iraqi sand jumping,
Yeah,
right?
Iraqi sand jumping.
I just assume, like, it doesn't really make sense. But when you said it, I was like, is it just a bunch of Iraqis jumping over sand?
Real quick, did you say raccoons?
No,
Okay, because I
I said
pictured
the raccoons.
raccoons playing in sand dunes. I'm like, I need to YouTube this real quick because that sounds amazing.
I love trash pandas. Fun fact: they like circus peanuts.
What?
The orange candy, they love circus peanuts.
That was
They
more of
love that
a
shit.
what, as in like I did not know this. No, Iraqi sand jumping is it's really important to know you only get one shot. You can only do it once. Like they limit it to one, mainly because
Because you die.
yeah, you fucking die. So what they do, what they
Jesus.
do is it's like okay, imagine like an Olympic like swimming pool. You know when they jump up from like forever fucking up high. It's like they do that, but it's just fucking sand. So they'll just like land, and it's like, oh wow, what? Too bad you slipped. Ain't gonna do that again.
Huh. Looks like they upgraded their suicide mission since then, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no.
I mean, they definitely have. They went from falling into sand to buildings.
Yeah, how far has that gotten them? ISIS is down again when they claimed that they were going to turn us into an Islamic state, and now they're dead.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to understand. We're stupid. Like we're stupid fucking people,
Hey.
and we don't even know what we're doing half the time. So there's no way for you to know what we want to do. Like we just fucking do it on the fly. We guess. Like
Did you say do it on the fly because we were in the Air Force?
no, but I really wish I did. It would have been. It would have been a good pun. But that's more your forte.
It,
I'm more of the jock.
yeah, that's kind of my Kia Forte.
See?
I can see you right now.
Can you see the facial expressions that I make when you make these?
Of course I can see you. I had laser eye surgery done years back, and it gave me 2016 vision, which kind of pisses me off because I can't see 3 years ago. They need to put that in the fine print because I can't see into the past. I can, however, read something from very far away, make people around me slightly envious. I can tell by the way they glare at me.
I remember when you got that done and you didn't tell anyone in our leadership that you were getting it done. And they found out while you were on shift. That shit was
Yeah,
hilarious.
because they came into the flight office. I'm just sitting there with my Oakleys on, like, sup? They're like, you good? I'm like, I was, and then you walked in, and they were like, huh, cool story, bro. See you in my office. No, they were just like not happy about it. But then again, I didn't think that me having to divulge every facet of my personal fucking life mattered to them. Like, okay, in one regard, yeah, I get it. It's technically classified as a medical surgery, but I could still perform my job just as fine. Just I wear sunglasses all the time.
True, true.
Are you looking to start your own podcast? Well, we use Anchor, and if you haven't thought about using Anchor, you should, and I'll tell you why. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. It's 2019. We all have one of those. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many other platforms. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It has everything you need to make a podcast, and it's all in one place. And did I mention it is free? I mean, you can't get cheaper than that. So, if you're looking to start your own podcast, then I highly suggest you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm to get started.
So, Benji,
Yes, Murph.
what would you say
Yes.
about how our modern day society has placed gender roles on each of the sexes?
Well, society in and of itself
Sucks.
is it's about as corrupt as save game data when you keep unplugging the power cord straight from the back of it. So,
Mm.
I mean, to each their own. Like, I know people where women are completely okay being a stay-at-home mom with two kids, for example, and she loves making her hubby or fiance or boyfriend or girlfriend, um, or wife in that facet, food by the time he or they come home. And then I know other parts where dudes are completely fine in that role. And then I know the other part of it where they're both fine, both going to work, and then they have a friend or daycare, or what's it called? It's something that I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on. But anyways, someplace watch their kid. So this is my thing. As long as you're both fully consenting adults, both in and out of the bedroom on everything that takes place, as long as you're both okay with everything that's going on, chores, safe words, childcare, etc., I don't see the problem. Like, I would have no problem with my future wife uh working a full-time job as well or wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, but I would not assume be like, huh, well, judging by your fucking genitalia, it looks like I'm going to be getting a sandwich when I come home, because that is the most shallow misogynistic fucking bullshit I have ever heard in my life. That enrages me. I mean, I know some people could also try to play devil's advocate on that and be like, well, if she's at home, then, you're making all the money. She's just using your money. Again, it comes down to as long as both parties are fully consenting and okay with everything that's taken place, I don't see the issue with it. Two women, two guys, a guy and a woman, or a woman and a guy in that working or stay at home role, both working, both at home role. Maybe they're both physically disabled. I don't know. But as long as they're both consenting, I don't see the issue with it.
My safe word is kumquat.
Mine's pineapples. I got it from Kevin Hart. What? We both agreed on it.
I get it. I
I mean,
just feel
I
like
don't
it's
use
really
it.
fun to say kumquat.
I don't use the safe word. But I mean,
I don't really have a safe word.
well, like, what if you,
I mean,
what if you can't finish saying kumquat? Like, you're in the middle of it, like, come, and they're like, oh, I'm trying, but you keep trying to run away.
one of these days somebody's gonna listen to this podcast and be next to like a cop or like a really old like Pentecostal granny, and I'm not gonna say I'm sorry because that shit's fucking hilarious.
What are they
But
talking
I
about?
can,
Roll down your window. What- is that a guy saying come over and over? What's going on in there?
and that's exactly how it would go. That's
Do you have
exactly
anything in there I
how
need
it
to
would
know
go.
about? No, officer, just things you don't need to know about. All right, sorry about that. Take care.
Yeah. But at the same time, like my ex-husband, he was a stay-at-home dad while I was in the military, and we worked 12-hour shifts and we really didn't have a day off because our leadership was assholes. And they would call us in for nothing and then make us wait till they had their 3-hour lunch and then just tell us, hey, you guys, this piece of paper, which could have easily been done the 5 fucking minutes I was there, should have been, but whatever. So he ended up, he was the one who took care of RJ and the house and the animals and cooking and all that. So that job's hard. And a lot of people say, well, if you're a stay at home parent, then it's your responsibility for the whole house. I disagree. You both live there. One of you may pay for it, but that's a very underrated like
Underappreciated, I'd
job.
even say.
Underappreciated. Yeah. It's you don't get a break. You don't I mean your work is your home, so you're always there. And then you can throw in the whole feminazi movement. And I call it a feminazi movement because it that's what it's become. You know, feminist and wanting equality, which let me say, I think everybody should be equal. However, there are certain things that make females unique and we shouldn't lose that. But in the same sense, if me and, Joe Dirt over here are both working in a construction yard and he can do the job at a faster pace than me, he deserves to get paid more. That's just, and I mean, that's just how it is. And a lot of feminazis are, looking down or talking down or belittling, you know, other females who aren't trying to lift up and praise, every female that they see just for waking up and getting out of bed. Yeah, it's good. Good job you did that. But we all have lives. I don't have time to stop and congratulate every fucking female I see for, looking fine as hell that day and being a queen and slaying it. I'm going to kill myself for just saying those silly things, but whatever.
Say, that is unlike you, Murph. Are you okay? Are you feeling
I
well?
hate that shit. I hate that shit. But anyway, and that's like, it's fake. It makes females have to put on this fake persona, and it's I'm I support the real feminist, not the feminazis who get mad just because you happen to have a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I get along with more guys than I do females. 9 times out of 10, there's less drama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have an issue, fuck you, fuck you. Okay, well, we're over it now. Females hold on to that shit for
Ah,
years.
ah, you heard it here, folks. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, true. It just is. Like I mean, I am genetically and biologically a female, but I
Yes.
have the brain of a guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think like a guy. I like talk like a guy a lot of the time. Most of my hobbies are what you would consider guy hobbies, which is some stupid ass shit too.
Oh my god,
But
girl gamer.
oh my god,
Stupid.
I remember when I used to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and they would find out you're a girl gamer. It was fucking ridiculous. But then you get into the realm of like there's the two different types of girl gamers. There's the one who sit in lingerie on their knees so their ass looks great and be like, I'm gaming. and they're fucking playing Minecraft or driving a car in GTA. No, gamers are the ones who are in sweats, have like a hot pocket or a pizza roll in their mouth, sounding like a dragon because they need to put it in their mouth because they had to do something. That have their hair up in a messy ass bun. The me.
I was like, it just sounds oddly specific.
I mean, I've been there. It was just the other day we were playing. I was eating popcorn shrimp, and the shit was hot,
That
but
was funnier
we
than
were
shit.
getting we were getting attacked because we were doing that wave thing on GTA. I got my ass kicked in that second round we did, but whatever.
Ah, good old survivals.
Well, it was the one you created, you monster.
I know I'm a monster. I see myself in the mirror every morning, and it's terrible.
I say the same thing to myself every day.
I mean, that's fair.
Oh my god, I'm not one of those girls who I woke up like this. No, I don't have time for that shit. I have no time for it.
Well, no, ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, that was once famously quoted by the now famous, what, Sweet Brown or something like that. What was her name? Something like that.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. You gotta go Google fuck shit. Google fuck. Hello, what? New terms? Google foo.
Oh, you're talking about the fire that was on like TV that she came like a viral sensation.
Yeah, they were asking her about something, and she's like, "What? Ain't nobody got time for that." I was like, "Damn, girl."
I mean, it's true. Can you just imagine the people who got viral famous didn't even try?
We're gonna avoid that bitch
Like,
from Dr. Phil because she's a stupid bitch. She's just a disrespectful little
she,
twat.
it's actually really sad that she got as big as she did because I've listened to some music and it's complete shit. I'm sorry for any fans out there. I'm really not. Your taste of your music is fucking horrible.
Absolutely.
It's not even music. That's sounds like two cats fucking. For
Speaking of
anybody
which,
who
since we're talking about
where
terrible famous people, did you see that Kanye West recently said that he wants to legally change his name?
fuck yeah. I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point.
I mean, like, that dude has a brand line of clothing made for homeless people, and he's like, yeah, nah, top of the line because, I'm a fucking sourpuss faced douchebag.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Snoop that changed his names a million fucking times
Well, he
too,
did
but he
Snoop
didn't change
Lime,
it to some obnoxious
and he
shit.
reverted back, though. Like, he's like,
I
nah,
mean,
I fucked up. That's not okay.
yeah. I mean, one thing I can say about Kanye though is he doesn't fuck, and that's my favorite quality. I mean, people say what you want about him. I don't necessarily like him the majority of the
Yeah, I'll
time,
give him
but
credit.
I love the fact that he does not give a
It's
fuck.
just the ego. I mean, I refuse to call him Christian genius billionaire Kanye West. Bitch, I ain't calling you a billionaire. Just a few months ago, you were damn near considering bankruptcy because you were broke.
Well, that's because he spent all the money on Kim's ass.
Oh my god, he's so lucky. No, listen. Anytime I see the Kardashians going out at the beach, I'm like, cool, family fun time. But then my mind immediately goes to, hey, I thought we were supposed to be removing the plastic from the ocean, not putting more in it.
I mean, no hate for anybody who gets plastic surgery done to them. That's fine. I'm not necessarily against it. I don't want it for myself, but I'm not against it if I needed it, I guess. But at the same time, I think there is that line that should be drawn. Like you have the extreme people who, get an ass like Kim, which I don't personally find attractive, but that's just me. You like what you like, whatever. And then you go with did you see the couple that became the real life Ken and Barbie? They're fucking
That's
terrifying
fucking
looking.
monsters. Seriously. Oh my goodness.
Like she reminds me less of a Barbie, more of like those fucking Bratz dolls because her eyes were so goddamn big.
You know what they look? They look like something you'd fucking run into one of the final levels of Silent Hill. Like, ah, shit, it's Ken and Barbie.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, they would fit right
Hey,
in.
Pyramid Bro, can you come over here and lop this motherfucker's plastic fucking body parts off real quick? I'd say light him on fire,
I,
but it's probably gonna smell like crack.
Silent Hill was actually one of my favorite horror games.
Yeah, one of my
horror.
favorite horror games. You play as this fucking woman. It's like GTA, and you get money to have sex with complete strangers. And one of the hardest things is late game when you contract an STD, STI, whatever the fuck they want to call it now.
Yeah, they keep changing it.
Yeah, like Far Cry 2, and you got to keep popping those malaria pills. Like it was an interesting twist, but like real time. Oh, funny story. So I was playing Far Cry 2 once, and you know how you could pick up the enemy's weapons?
Yeah.
So I ran out of ammunition on one, so I'm like, well, this is useless. So I picked up an enemy's fucking RPGs, and I had it for a while. And I came to this group of enemies. I'm like, a perfect time. So I whipped out this rusted ass RPG and I pulled the trigger. Nothing happened. It clicked, and I was like, well, that's not good. But then something did happen. The fucking projectile slid slowly out of the RPG and landed on the ground in front of my feet. I looked down at that motherfucker and damn near had a coronary IRL. It then began to, it then proceeded to flame up and it started going in circles. So I did the rational thing anybody would do. I turned 180 degrees and ran away screaming like a bitch. I then heard an explosion because cool guys don't look at explosions. And I turned around, still killed him. So I guess it worked. Granted, I got rid of that fucking RPG something quick, but makes for a good story.
You gotta love game fucking glitches like that. They're the
No, that's just
best.
it was supposed to happen because it was a rusted weapon. It's a feature. It just works, as Todd Howard once said.
That makes me love it even more. Speaking of strippers and hookers and stuff, can I haven't we've had GTA for like what, 6 years or so. I've yet to sleep with a hooker on there. Is that even a thing anymore?
Yeah, you could do it on online too.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, obviously you can do it in a campaign, but I've yet to see it. Like they used to make it so obvious when she was just like a hooker.
If you
But
go to the end of Del Perro Pier at night, there's usually two or three standing there, and you can go pick them up. And then if you go drive over by the showers by the outside gym down on the beach, they'll
huh. Can you pick more than one up at a time?
you cannot, and it depends on the vehicle you're
Damn.
driving.
As long as it has a seat, why? It doesn't
If it's
matter.
not classy enough, like there, see, the thing is they base them off of like real life hookers. Like they're so shallow and superficial that if it's not a car that a gold digger would go after, then they're not going to enter the car.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference between escorts and hookers. Escorts will only get in high end type cars. Hookers don't give a fuck if you roll up on a fucking
Well,
tricycle.
these ones do, Murphy. Los Santos only has the finest hookers.
Uh huh.
I still have yet to get a GTA STD, which sounds like a really fancy acronym, but it's really not. After saying it, I'm like, wow, this is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever said.
Oh fuck! I hate acronyms after the Air Force. There's a fucking acronym for everything.
You know what one of my favorite ones is from the military, but I knew about it before, and it's an oldie but a goodie.
What?
Snafu.
Nice.
Situation
I
normal, all
learned a lot of
fucked
my
up.
fa- I learned a lot of my new favorite words from the Air Force, like stereotypish.
You said it wrong again, but it's okay because you're
I
my.
said it wrong on purpose.
I was gonna say,
But
what the frick,
I
you
tried to say it
fucking
with a lisp.
surreptitious.
Oh my god. You guys should have been there. He was my flight trainer at one point, and he was trying to get me to memorize this shit.
Real
And
quick, don't
I was
actually
getting so
disclose the entire term. We signed an NDA.
Oh, of course not.
Okay,
I'm
just
not.
checking.
I mean, I guess it depends on how much y'all are paying. I'm totally kidding. I'm
Stop.
kidding. I'm
Stop.
kidding. I'm
You're
kidding,
fired.
NSA.
Oh wait, no, you're good. Wait, careful.
You
They
know what
might
I'm
give you
gonna do? Fire
paperwork.
me? I'll frame it. Anywho,
Savage.
but he was trying to get me to like say this, and I was getting so frustrated, and he was just losing his fucking mind because there were a lot like I'm from Kentucky, and they make fun of like how I say simple things. Like Benji says, "You write with a pen." I say, "You write with a pen." It's a pen. And it's and like most people when they bake an apple pie,
Oh, see,
if you
I
can't,
hope nobody pronounces it like that.
but that's how I actually have to pronounce it. Otherwise, I say pie.
See, but I get what you're saying. Like, granted, when you first arrived, it was like, fuck, can I get some Google Translate up in this bitch?
I mean, I don't. I mean, if I go home, it's still pretty thick, and the accent's still there, especially if I get pissed. But it's just I don't know. So I was brand new at this point in time and was trying to figure out these fucking audacious fucking definitions. And I will never forget trying to learn this one.
Oh, I still remember it to this day.
I'll never forget it.
Do you?
Do you remember that one that had a really, really, really long definition
I'm trying to think of which
that I spent the entire freaking
shift.
shift
Yeah,
and I finally got it?
I. You'll have to text it to me out of context after the podcast because I know which one you're
I
talking
don't
about, but I don't remember what the term was.
I don't think it's class or if I just say what the definition was, I can't say the definition, but I can tell you what the word was.
Can you?
That one's not necessarily classified. Yeah, because it's just like operational security. It's just a shortened version of that.
Oh, are you talking? Oh, OPSEC. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Well, I don't know if I still remember it, but I fucking knew it that day.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, do you remember what my nickname was for you when I was training you?
20 questions?
Yes. Everything had to be so gray with you. It's like, listen, Murph. It's written
I
down in
mean,
black and white, just like everything else. It's very black and white here. I mean, granted, then we, had our time in and we both put on staff sergeant, and it was a matter of like, um, oh,
this don't make fucking
here's one of
sense.
my favorite fucking things. What you guys need to understand. You can come to us if you need anything. That's what we're here for. Me. Okay. One day later. Hey, so I got a question. You should know this by now. What? I,
Yeah, they get
me. I'm a
they
head
get
out. Fucking.
yeah, they get mad at you for not asking. They get mad at you for asking. I mean, we hate on this place a lot. Granted, it was the place we were both stationed at is like
Unnamed.
no one even fucking knows about.
Even the locals.
Yeah, like most of the local people don't even know where they know of us, but they don't know where we fucking are. They think we're on the base that most of us lived on,
Oh, yeah.
which is not the case.
No.
So it was we shit a lot on it. However, it was because we were such a it was such a small unit
Yes.
and everybody knew everybody's shit and not a lot really happened. So, you know what they say.
Like a small town. Speaking of small towns, Murph, did you grow up in a small town? Was it like, oh, there goes Billy Bob with his new lifted truck?
Actually, I knew a Billy Bob with a lifted truck.
Oh no! Do you think he knows Jerry?
God, I really hope he doesn't know Jerry.
Well, then he could show
I
Jerry
don't
his
think him
new
and
son
Jerry would get
off.
along. Ugh. No, I grew up in a very my town's still fucking back assward.
Say that one more time. Bass catward.
Best awkward.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh my god.
But it really was. Like I remember the first time I actually went home and I went in my uniform because I was still so proud and I rode down in my uniform. I was proud with that beret and the looks I got, it was just you think they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, we're proud." No, a lot of granted they're from a different generation, so I guess you can give them, but they just wasn't I should have been on my second kid by my first year out of high school.
Ah, got it. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
never told me that. What
Yeah,
else
it
haven't you
wasn't
told me?
I'm actually a man.
I fucking knew it.
It wouldn't be that different. But yeah, I mean, I love my little town, and there's a lot to say about little small towns, but mine is very, for the few of you that might actually get this, very boondocks. It's a lot of hills and a lot of hollers. You can't understand most of the people that live there unless you're from there.
So, do you have the same rule of thumb where you're from that we do where I'm from? If you hear a banjo, turn and run
Run, you fucking run.
as fast as possible.
Yeah, you don't wait, you don't see, you don't look, like, you fucking
Yeah,
run.
because if not, you're really not going to appreciate the upsetting amount of deliverance that's going to take place.
No, like, it's it's you just run, like, as fast as you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you don't fuck around with that shit.
Now, do you run like
People
action
think you're
movie
joking.
sequence? Like, is it okay to trip on one
No,
thing, or do you just?
I mean, if you're the stupid ass female who falls and trips on everything,
No, what are you saying? That females can't run? I'm offended.
no, I'm saying it's a horror movie like stigma.
Oh, you mean like how
Just
white
like,
people are always like, "Is anybody there?" Meanwhile, the one black dude is like, "Nah, fuck this," and he's gone. And guess what? He lives longer.
well, that usually depends. It depends on the type of movie because usually it's a black guy that goes first, or the black girl, or it's the blonde bimbo that goes first.
Oh, you're good then. You just dyed your hair. You are safe, girl.
Yeah, that's why I do it. They'll never know.
Burglar breaks in. Huh. Well, it was good knowing you, boyfriend of mine. Why is that? Because I'm not a blonde.
Yep. Horror movies are the one time it's actually good to be a fucking 30-year-old virgin because the virgin always makes it.
Are Are you insinuating the fact that you're a virgin because you have a kid? I
No,
was gonna say. I was like, don't you fucking sit there and lie to me,
by
woman.
no means am I a virgin.
Okay, the way you said that was really terrifying. It's like, oh no. Now it's like,
um,
oh, I don't want to see my
I've
sister
been
in
with. I've
lingerie.
not even. I
Uh,
can count all the people I've been with on one hand.
yeah, but still, like, that's like the way you said it, insinuated. I just my sister having sex.
Yes, Benji, I have sex. Sometimes oral.
Listen, there is shit I could tell you, but I'm not going to because I don't know how comfortable she is with me saying certain things about her. But
Oh,
I
we're
would.
friends on Facebook.
Oh, I know we are. It's Facebook official. We're Facebook official. It's fine. We're good. We're family.
Well, me and her's Facebook official too.
I know.
That's that's how I told him that his girlfriend got a message like, me and your girlfriend are Facebook official.
Yeah, she's like, who's this person? I was like, that's my sister. You know, from another mister. She's like, oh, okay, accept. So,
Yeah, she likes almost every one of my posts, which if she's listening to this, I really appreciate.
did you hear that? She appreciates it.
And I already like you better than anybody else you've ever dated, so
I mean, thinking back, that's fair. So, would you say that you appreciate her support?
yes.
Because I can tell you right now, and I'm sure you would agree with me, and I know this is only the first episode, but I definitely appreciate our listeners' support. And it doesn't even have to be a financial means of
You
support.
mean all four of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, right now it's 4. And who knows, maybe like 3 years from now, it could be like 5 or like
Oh god, 5?
12. Hear me out. 12.
Double digits?
Double goddamn digits. Could you
Oh
imagine?
shit.
I know. That's cray cray in a good way right there. Family Guy reference.
No.
But in all seriousness, if you guys choose to support us, whether it's after this first terrible episode or after the pilot, or maybe it's later on down the road, it doesn't necessarily mean you guys have to throw money at us. I mean, we're not going to reject it, but we do appreciate all forms of support. So if you have a friend or a family member or maybe somebody you fucking hate and you're like, you know what? They'd enjoy this. Or, you know what? This would piss them off and offend them to all degrees. By all means, please tell them about us because I don't know about Murph. I don't want to speak for her, but I really do enjoy making people laugh and keeping people entertained. And when it comes to offending somebody and I don't even have to try, you got my attention. So, word of mouth. I mean, if you enjoy this podcast, whether it's this episode or episode 53 or what have you, please just let somebody know about us. Spread the word. Help us
Yeah, because
offend people and make their day brighter.
yeah, because we literally only do this for fun.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's just for fun because we know we fucking suck and this is
We
trash.
both work well over 40 hours a week. She's a parent. I have other extracurricular activities to do after work. We're not looking to make this a huge business venture. We're literally just doing this for fun. Because if there
Yeah,
was
so
some of
if
the stuff we could have recorded when we were playing GTA, oh my fucking god.
yeah, which we'll get to. So for anybody who found our pilot really funny, that just came out of nowhere. So we'll have snippets of something that's that funny just
It
randomly.
happens.
Yeah, because that's just who we are. But yeah, we really do support you, and I love if you would be interactive with us. So if you want us to talk about something, or you disagree or agreed with something that we did say, or you want to put your input, or if you just want to tell us that we suck, I will be like, I know we suck. Thank
Ha!
you,
Joke's on
and I
you.
appreciate
We're
it.
self-aware. My God, they're
Yeah,
sentient.
so please ask us anything. I'll answer almost anything, and I say almost because you never know what somebody will ask, but I will answer almost anything. I have absolutely no shame.
Same.
Yep. And just tell your friends about us, or don't. Either way, we're going to keep doing it.
Or don't. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Don't tell your friends. We're cool with it.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely. But in all seriousness, if there is something that you guys are just absolutely just rub the wrong way, or maybe in a good way, about, feel free to shoot the show an email. I mean, don't shoot us. I mean, the skin isn't
You can
bulletproof.
shoot me. It's
I,
okay.
I mean, I prefer it if they didn't. But feel free to drop us an email. It's at copsandbothers@gmail.com. That's COPSNBOTHERS@gmail.com, and let us know about something that either you're passionate about, something that pisses you the hell off, or maybe you have one hell of a story and you don't care. Who knows? So you know what? Drop us a line if you want to keep anonymous. That's fine too. Just be sure to mention the email. If not, drop your name in there, and we'll be more than happy to discuss it on the show. So, with that being said, this has been Benji and Murph on, you guessed it, Cops and Bothers. It's a podcast for pet peeves, gaming, modern topics, and other stupid things, in case you haven't noticed. If you enjoyed the show, consider supporting us by sharing us with a friend, family member, or coworker. If you have a story, pet peeve, passion, again, feel free to email us at copsandbothers@gmail.com, and we'd be more than happy to discuss it on the show. Also, don't forget to check us out. We're on Anchor.fm, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /Cops and Bothers.
Guess what else, guys?
What?
We're on Spotify.
Shut the front door. Are you serious?
Yeah. However, if you wish to follow or support us, we greatly appreciate it. Also, a special shout out to Amohmusic, that's AMOH Music, on SoundCloud for letting us use his song Family, because me and Benji are family.
Yes.
Go show him some love, and as always, thank you for listening. We look forward to hanging out with you next time.
Hell yeah, hangout sesh next week, folks. We'll catch you then. Until then, it's been Benji.
And Murph.
We'll catch you then. Later, guys.
Bye.
Later.
My family